切り伏せろ。なんで言うことを聞かなかった。
二度と戻らぬ。私に切れば傷は増す一方、私の過ちを正すおつもりか。お前に恨みはない。
Yep, this is Ghost of Tsushima on lethal difficulty. I start the game by being attacked by Mongols. I got defeated and saved by Yuna. And then got myself the horse and named it Nobu, because trust is hard to come by these days. In this difficulty I practically die in 1 or 2 hits, but enemies are not much different. Our first fight pairs us against basic sword wielding enemies, which are still quite easy until enemies start shooting at me with bows and bring spears to a sword fight. We then get ourselves the first fight against Khotun Khan. Of course I get defeated and thrown into the river, finishing the tutorial and starting the game for real. I got myself the first charm, the Amaterasu charm. I then went to defeat the first Mongol territory to gain some resources for upgrades and already ran into much trouble. Enemies are already using spears, and we also have those heavier enemies to take care of. I died many times before finally killing all the Mongols and saving the peasants. I then decide to pursue the main quest, defying the Code of Honor and killing our first Mongol from behind. Of course I fail at stealth shortly after and get killed a few times before finally saving this straw hat. I also liberated the Ogawa dojo, making me fight against the first Mongol general. And that's how it went. I got myself a kunai and went on to liberate many more camps before doing the tale of Sensei Ishikawa, getting myself a bow in process. Trying to save this person on the bridge, this was a very annoying section, forcing me to only have a second to aim my bow before forcing me again into a blocking position. It wasn't particularly difficult, but it was testing my patience.
left wing. これで最後だ。文太を助けねば。
Not long after, I started the tale of Lady Masako. Forcing me to follow this monk, it was again a test of my patience. I learned the water stance to be able to fight against the shields and kill them bandits, finishing the first part of this tale. I did many more side quests before finally continuing the main quest and fighting with the help of Ryuzo. I got myself a Ronin attire, very decent for stealth and damage. I helped him get onto the ship to search for more food resources. I died many times due to those heavy enemies since I still don't have enough tools to deal with them. I defeated another leader and had to escape from the burning boat without the food. I then continued Lady Masako's quest and many more side stuff, including many Mongol strongholds. I died many times during these stronghold battles because most of them boil down to either I destroy them instantly or they destroy me instantly. Spears are currently my biggest enemy, but I'm very close to unlocking the wind stance to deal with them. At this point I also unlocked sticky bombs and smoke bombs, both being very good to thin enemy numbers. Smoke bombs being especially OP since they translate to free insta-kills. Killing this enemy leader, I finally learned the wind stance. After getting the wind stance, I continued with the main quest, hiding in a carriage for Sake and infiltrating the Mongol camp while searching for Taka, failing a few times at stealth until I finally reached Taka and escaped. Before getting to the quest markers so we successfully finish the mission, I get interrupted and murdered many times by this Mongol stronghold. It doesn't help that I have to defend Taka while avoiding many enemies myself. Deciding I've had enough of this, I stealthily invade this stronghold and kill as many enemies as I could before being detected. I then finished the last few enemies and was finally able to finish this mission. I did many more side quests, including following this kitsune and cutting bamboo. I continued the main quest trying to protect the forge, and of course the standard procedure, after a few failures I succeeded.
O samurai sama no tatakai-kata janai.
何を申す。
お侍どころじゃないよ。このお方は猛虎を撃ち滅ぼすため、冥府から蘇った伝説の武者クロード様さ。
I get the climbing hook as a reward and continued with Ryuzo's questline. Trying to save these straw hats, I had quite a trouble with this camp and stealth specifically. Trying to use Bear as a help to get rid of Mongols, he turns against me, foiling this plan. I finally get a successful run after many failures, without this Bear of course. With the help of Yuna and Taka, we finally infiltrate the castle aiming to rescue Lord Shimura. Of course, that traitor Ryuzo stood in my way. As far as lethal difficulty is concerned, bosses are particularly scary. One mistake and you're dead, so you can imagine how it went. I finally beat Ryuzo and rescued Shimura. With his help, we defeat many Mongols and recaptured the entire castle. This enabled me to continue doing some side quests before continuing with the main one. I accidentally unlocked the DLC having to kill those shamans, but I am gonna continue with it after finishing the game. I did many more side quests, including this Vengeance of Yarikawa for much needed attack, and I also unlocked the final stance to be finally able to fight the brutes. Me and Yuna get drunk and then have to protect people of Yarikawa and their stronghold. I have to face this general who gave me much trouble.
Ghost of Tsushima!
And I finally unlocked the ghost stance. I beat many duels against the Straw Hats in order to be one step closer to getting the new armor, although this one I'm not really planning on using. I then joined Lord Shimura to protect Goro in order to deliver the message to Shogun. I learned how to fire Kwacha. Shimura's logic about honor making even less sense at this point because I fired Kwacha way too many times but never ran out of ammo. Shimura mentioned that he wants to adopt me as his son and he tells me to recover the armor of my father. I receive the armor and meet Yuriko. He teaches me how to use both poison darts and hallucination darts before passing away. Going after Yuzo, I reach and sneak into the fort by the help of Taka. Of course I get captured, but so does Taka. Trying to oppose Han, he gets beheaded. Me and Yuna went into a rampage and then killed everyone quite easily since I have way too many tools left at my disposal. We attacked Khotun Khan this time, me not having too much trouble, I just died a few times. They sacrifice horses to stop our attacks. Seeing as they will do anything to win, I employ my strategy to win no matter the cost. Of course, Uncle is not happy, but I'll do what I have to do. I receive the ghost armor and sneak my way into the fortress. Failing at stealth a few times, I finally reach the courtyard and poison Mongol's drinks to finally get rid of them. Then I finally meet Ryuzo, and I have one last fight against him. This time he's much harder than the first time.
なぜ寝返った。なぜくだらなかった。おじごの手で殺されたくない。なんていうことを聞かなかった。
It's just the parrying timing that I have to get down, and then with the help of 3 slash attacks I defeated and killed him.
後には引けん。ドクターはな、おじごの教えに背いたか。こうするほかないのだ。なぜ寝返った。
Because of my amazing strategy and Uncle's honor, I get banished from my family and get imprisoned. With the help of Kenji and with almost perfect stealth, I escape.
どう俺だ。いたぞ。馬上だ。いますな。
The horse gets shot but survives just enough to get me to safety. This is truly one of the saddest moments. Not long after burying my noble, I look for Yuna but get shot by my own poison. I barely survived due to being rescued again by Yuna. I get a new horse, naming him Kage, and then this enters us into the final section of the game. There is not much left before the ending, so I take this time to do some unfinished business and upgrade myself before finally entering the final battle. Final battle is honestly quite simple. Getting through the first enemies until I reached Khan is simple, then this battle against the Khan gets much more difficult. This poleaxe Naginata combination is just simply better than an average Tachi. Hence why this fight was very challenging.
対馬の民の無念思い知れ。敵討ちとは敵討ちとは。わらべのような浅はかさだ。すぐに忘れ去られるであろうよ。無念思い知れ。敵討ちとはわらべのような浅はかさだ。対馬が己の袴だ。この程度か。俺はすでに敗れたであろう。こたびだ。勝ってみせよう。
The second fight against the Khan is much easier even if I am outnumbered. This is only because I can use ghost tools which are just OP. I died a few times and then finally win.
せ。やれクロー。殺せ。さすれば次が来る。
All that's left is the epilogue. This is simply just a fight for honor against my uncle.
死ぬわけにはいかない。お前に傷つけられた仮面は二度と戻らぬ。私を切れば傷は増す一方。叔父上をお許しください。私の過ちを正すおつもりか。お前に恨みはない。これはわしへの戒めだ。
I decide to give him the final honor and kill him, finishing the game. But not all is done yet. I still plan to finish the DLC, so I sailed to Iki Island. Being caught in the storm, I barely survived and reached the island. First thing I did is find my horse Kage and get this amazing skill. I try to capture this cat, but of course I get defeated and captured by the so-called eagle. She gives something to me, so I keep remembering my father. This DLC is basically a redemption arc for Jin. Most of the time we have flashbacks, so I won't waste too much time explaining them. I meet Tenzo and then he leads me to his camp where I train against a few people. I then did these side quests for Sarugami armor even if I do not need it. We destroy the eagle's warship with not too much trouble, just a few deaths, which is standard anyway at this point, and then travel to Fort Sakai. Here we have to fight against this channel. This is an epic fight, him using all his tools against me and me using all of my stances against him. This is honestly my favorite fight in the game, but it's far from easy. Killing him, we can finally enter the final battle against the eagle to get rid of all of the nightmares and flashbacks. Luckily the eagle has checkpoints in between her phases, otherwise I don't know how I would have won. Winning and killing her, I finally get rid of the blame and nightmares by sparing my father's killer, finishing this DLC and the game. In conclusion, this game is very difficult only because of the amount of times you will die. It's so easy to die, but luckily enemies die very quickly as well, so after many retries, there is no reason why I wouldn't be able to beat Ghost of Tsushima on lethal difficulty. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, it helps me keep making videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Now go!